Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. We're going to do a quick video here talking about doing a little modification to the RV. So our intent here is to remove our couch, and we're going to install a desk in here. The first part of this that we're going to share with you is removing the couch, the sleeper sofa that's in here. So Peggy's been pulling the backs off as if we're going to fold it out. We think that the only thing that's holding us in are these screws right here on either side, and we're going to try to take this thing apart, and so we may end up having to take some of these screws out as well to make it small enough to get it out. A little experimentation. We're going to pull this pin right here, this pin right here, and then this pin down here, and this pin down here, and see if we can get this thing out. So we were able to pull the bracket loose, this bracket right here that goes back into the bed. Pull it loose on both sides, and pull this loose and this loose from this bracket that was right there and this one that was right there. So I've just replaced the cotter pins in these two spots, in these corners, so we wouldn't lose it. So that makes this one piece easy to carry out and put in our truck. Now we're not going to throw this away. We're just simply removing it, and we're going to store it. Again, because we have a sticks and bricks, we're going to store it in our attic. So at some point, if we decide we're going to trade the RV, we can put it right back in. Okay, so now I've pulled the cotter pins and the bushing that was right here and over on this side, taking those out. So a little bit of wiggling, and we got these corners loose, and this centerpiece that forms part of the bed is now loose. So our next step is going to be to remove these two screws that are on this L bracket on both sides. Hopefully that'll free the frame up. So we've slid it out, we pulled the L brackets off. There's the L brackets right there that we're holding it in. And we've just gotten it pulled out this far. It's determined this area is all cleared up. We've got this one power wire that we've got to worry about that's right in here. So what we're going to do now is see what we can do to remove these pieces and put them in the back of my pickup. And so we'll be back in a minute with our test fit for our desk that we've got partially constructed. This is not in any way fastened in. You can see it's crooked. We're not trying to get it straight at this point. We're just trying to measure and make sure that we've got our heights kind of where we want it to be. You can see that there's an area that's exposed down here underneath. When you pull this whole thing off, the wiring and the control wires for the Swintech all down below. The power wire for this goes into the wall over on the side back there, kind of hidden behind my frame for my desk. And that's what supplies the power for the puck lights and also for this USB charger. All right, well, we're back out. We've been working back at the house trying to build the actual desk desk pieces. So we're back out here. We're going to try to get it installed. The piece that we've got to deal with right now is we've got this spring that holds the wiring. So I need to move it over against the wall. So that's the first thing that we're going to try to work on, is moving the wire across over to the wall. And then we've got some stripping that we're going to put along here to protect the front edge of the carpet. So just kind of watch along with us and we'll see how this goes. So we got that moved over without any issue, and all I did was took a screw out and moved this wire so that it's out of the way. Previously the couch sat right here, so the couch, it ran underneath the couch, but we want it all the way against the far wall. So we're going to go out and grab this bar strip and bring it in. All right, so the other thing that I had to do is I had to move this piece right here over so that there's not so much spring tension on it when it's in the open position. And then I moved the connection point, which used to be right in here, I moved it over to here to again go with this where this is on the wall. And there's still plenty of slack for this as it pulls in and out, because that whole mechanism there is designed to keep that cable from going up underneath the slide as the slide comes in and out. So we've got two different versions of strip here. I think what we're going to end up doing is going with the wider one, even though it's got a sort of a sharp edge, because what I'm really trying to do is I'm concerned as we look at this piece right here. Right now it's nice and firm, but that's because the slide is extended. When the slide comes in, and for travel position, we found that this piece of MDF that's the floor sags fairly significantly. And so I'm trying to protect the edge of the carpet for one thing, but I'm also trying to put some reinforcement in there that will keep the bow out of that as we travel down the road, especially with the weight of the table that will go right in here, the desk. Because the couch kind of kept all that pushed out before. Okay, so we've got that strip across there. And one of the questions, we've been wrestling with is we're going to take some cloth thing, but we're going to use some Velcro, peel and stick Velcro that we put along the front edge, so that it just kind of creates a little curtain that will hide all of this stuff, the wiring, when we're parked and set up. All right, so this is our contraption. What you're seeing is the bottom of it. We're going to attach the legs, and we'll flip it over and set it in place. Kind of see where we've got some foam insulation material that we got to go around the outside edge and keep it from rubbing the wall, but give it still some tension against the wall. Alright, so you can see what we got in the corner here. It's got the foam up against the back there so that it wraps around and creates a cushion against tearing up the slide. Alright, so we use 3/4 inch screws, these L brackets. These were number 6 3/4 inch screws that went down here. These screws that went in the side here are some self-tapping screws that I got that are about 1.25 inches long. I have a whole package of those. I carry these around with me because they're about 1/4 inch longer than the ones that are used by Keystone to manufacture the RV, and there's some places where that extra 1/4 inch will allow it to bite in. So you see where we got brackets on back here in the back. And then same thing on the other side. You can see those right over there. This thing is just as solid as it can be. Of course, that doesn't make it earthquake proof, but it's certainly as solid as it can be. And then our shelf rolls out just like that. And we'll use one of the other dining chairs. This puts it right at the right height. And it is a self-closing once it gets in, so that means that as we're driving down the road, theoretically this won't pop out. We may end up having to put a Velcro strap on it, but I'm having to put a fair amount of tension on it just to even get it, and it keeps pulling itself back in. We've still got a little bit of cleanup here along this front edge to get rid of the visual of the spring and the wire. I'm going to wrap this up with some photos. You can see the table desk with the slide out drawer extended. I also built a pedestal to support the MDF as we drive down the road. You can see a photo of that there and a little zoom in of it here. We also created that cover we talked about, used the sticky Velcro to put it on there. It does do a good job of masking those cables that are down underneath. And last, we added a hanging basket to give us a place to put pens and paper, stick an iPad in there, etc. And we put a power strip. Hey, I hope this video has been helpful for you. Please give us a like and subscribe, and we'll look forward to seeing you the next time.